Okay, so first step is shaving. So I'm gonna shave my face. I personally feel like shaving gives you a much cleaner canvas to work on. It's a personal choice obviously, but I usually just shave my upper lip so the darkness from the hair softens and goes away. So we're gonna shave. Never ever dry shave. Always use a moisturizer, otherwise you'll end up hurting yourself. I just use whatever moisturizer I have on hand, and while shaving be very careful and light-handed and very focused. Look at all those hair. Like I said, you need to be very careful and focused, but here I was looking at the camera trying to show you all and I ended up cutting myself. Just a little, not too much. But anyways, we're gonna continue. Now the next step is to get your face all prepped up and hydrated. I'm gonna use my Holy Grail Tony Moly Mochi Ceramide Toner. Like I've already told so many times, this is perfect for combination skin. If you want hydration but cannot use a heavy moisturizer, just use this and your face is going to stay hydrated. Why is it important to hydrate your face? Because we don't want our makeup to look cakey or flaky, so this step is what's going to help us. But also make sure not to overhydrate. If you use too much, your makeup won't stick to your face, it'll look greasy and the base won't settle properly. Choose the hydration according to your skin type and needs, and before moving to the next step, make sure the first product is fully absorbed into your skin. The next step is sunscreen. Very important, you should not skip it, okay? This protects your skin from damage caused by the exposure, and in long term you will see the difference. I'm using Foxtail sunscreen. I'll put the link in the description for every product I'm using. Since this was my first time using this sunscreen, I accidentally squeezed out a bit too much, but tell me why didn't I use this sunscreen before? Cause this is so good. It doesn't feel uncomfortable, sticky or heavy. It doesn't have any white cast. It is perfect. I just had to blend it a bit because I used too much, but it is very easily blendable. Now we're gonna use primer. I'm going to use this Frosh Beauty's Silk Blur Primer. I've been loving using this lately. It is a moisturizing primer, but if you prefer matte, I'll link some matte primers that I use down below. The primer blurs out your pores and helps your makeup last longer. It also prevents your makeup from oxidizing too quickly. The one I'm using is very velvety and silky. It is a nice primer and I love the feeling of it. It just feels too smooth to blend. Perfectly blurs out my pores and feels very comfortable and clean. You also get a huge quantity, so yeah, I love it. Now we are finally moving on to the foundation, and I'm going to use this K Beauty's Cushion Foundation, and I'm in the shade 120Y. Also, to apply the foundation, I'm using this thin foundation brush. It spreads the foundation very nicely, giving a very thin and even base. I prefer a natural looking finish. I don't really go for a full coverage. I want my skin to look like skin, just a bit more even tone. Trust me, less is more. If you apply too much, it is going to look very built up, cakey and crusty. You'll also feel uncomfortable and heavy on the face. And this brush helps you apply the foundation so smoothly, it just feels like you're painting on your face. Look at the difference. My skin on this side where the foundation is applied looks much more even toned and flawless than the other side. So I'm going to apply it on the other side as well. Now with a cushion puff, I'm going to even out my face. You can also use your beauty blender, but since I had the cushion foundation, I had this cushion puff in it. We are doing this to blend everything together in case there are any streaks left from the brush. If you're a beginner, you can try this. I think this will feel more easy than directly using beauty blenders. You can also build it up if you want. It totally depends on the type of coverage you prefer, and choose the foundation according to what finish you like. This one is semi matte kind of finish. Okay, so I am quickly going to do the other side as well. Wow, just look at the base, how beautiful, flawless and non-cakey it looks. I love it. We're gonna lock everything in, so I'm using this makeup fixer. You gotta wait until it dries, okay? Now it is time to fix our dark circles. Do you see how my dark circles are mild but not mild enough for just a concealer to cover them up? At least the concealer I use doesn't fully cover my dark circles. It tends to make them look grayish. So that's why I'm using this peach color corrector from House of Makeup. Since my dark circles aren't very deep or bluish or purplish, I'm going to use peach color. If you have very dark circles, you could use an orange one, but for me the peach does the job perfectly, and I only use a very small amount. If you use too much, you'll end up needing more concealer to cover the orange shade. That just builds up too much product, which can crease and look cakey, and we definitely don't want that. So apply a little first and see if it does the job. If it doesn't, you can always build it up gradually. I also like to apply a little around my mouth because I have mild pigmentation there. Now finally we're gonna use concealer. This is from Maybelline Fit Me. I forgot the shade name, but I'll link it in the description. If you are a beginner, I suggest going offline to shop so you can test shades in person. Buying online can sometimes give the wrong shade, but of course that depends on your preference. Make sure to not rub the concealer while blending. That will just wipe off the product. You need to blend using a dabbing motion. Dab it gently and let it spread on your skin. This way you get the most coverage. Look at how I'm doing it. I'm not rubbing it, and see the coverage. Do you see the difference? The dark circles are gone. Now this is where you can use any of your cream blush cream products, because after we set our under eyes with the powder, we won't be able to use any cream products, because if you do, it'll just mess up your makeup. For setting my under eyes, I'm going to use this Mars setting powder. I'll be using a thin brush, and I will take the product, dab it on my hand first to evenly load it onto the brush, and then I'm going to set my under eyes. I don't do baking. I've never tried it. In summer, I honestly don't wear a lot of makeup outside. I've been using this trick where I apply the setting powder only under my eyes because I want my base to stay glowy. If you want matte base, you can apply the powder all over your face. I tend to sweat around my mouth area, so I'm going to powder that area. Now we're going to do our eyes. I'm going to use this Pink Flash palette. I love this palette. It has all the basic colors you need, and just look at those hearts. I'm using this muted pink peachy kind of shade over my lids. I'm gonna blend it very nicely so we don't have any harsh lines. I feel like camera doesn't really capture my nose bridge. It looks flattened and just not like it does in real life. So I'm going to contour my nose bridge. I'm gonna apply my favorite highlighter from Makeup Revolution in the shade Diamond Glow on my inner corners. Then I'm using the brown shade to enhance my aegis-oil. I'm just going to follow my natural shadows. I'm using this very light peachy shade to highlight my aegis-oil. I'm going to use the same brown eyeshadow on the outer corners of my lower lash line to create a smoky kind of depth on my eyes. Next, I'm going to apply eyeliner from Lakme. It gives a very precise application. I'll just follow my natural lash line and extend it slightly downwards. For my lip combo, I'm going to use Mars Cosmetics Mulberry Drip to stain my lips. Then I'll apply the lip liner. It is also from Mars in the shade Cinnamon Roll. You can build up the lip color according to your liking. Finally, I'm going to top it off with any clear gloss. I wanted to add some glitter, so I'm going to use this Peri Para Mood palette. I'll use this pink shimmer on my aegis-oil, also on my lids. I love this pink themed palette. The glitters are just so pretty. And here is how our base looks.